It's a mediocre time with Tom and Dan.
Put some respect on my name.
Respect our name.
I ain't gonna say it no more.
You crack-ass motherfuckers. Motherfuckers.
Welcome back to Country Gold. Oh, this morning I had a little extra time. I made myself some 60s and 70s Country Gold, so we won't get flagged by the fucking censors. What's up, everybody? Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here. We're going to do movies and whatnot. Let me turn this thing on. Can everybody hear okay? Can you hear okay, Mr. Crespo?
I can. Thank you very much. How do I sound? Check 1, 2.
I think you sound wonderful.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
I'm going to fix your... this is the first time you've been on the new cameras?
Uh-oh.
I think, right?
Yeah.
You look really good.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Crespo in 4K. I have your intro. Tom, I have his intro.
Oh, the one with the...
Yep.
Hell yeah.
All right. I forgot that I even made that.
Hell yeah.
I forget a lot of things. Chronic, I'm addicted to marijuana, and it's stealing my brain. And I'm okay with it.
Oh, yeah, but
I call it microdosing relief.
There you go.
I'm killing myself one little toot at a time.
It helps, but it hurts. So it's -0. Net 0. You're good to go.
here's before we start, this is a little life hack for people out there.
I love a good life hack.
Put
this on my Pinterest.
Start searching for things in your social medias or Google, whatever, for things you want to believe. And then your whole algorithm will change to
back up your beliefs.
back up your beliefs, and then you'll see.
Oh, so it's like
only things you believe.
So
and you're like, I was right.
So you're self.
Yeah. You're manipulating your own reality.
Confirmation bias.
Confirmation bias, yeah.
So this is masturbatory confirmation bias.
Yeah.
The best kind.
Yeah, self. It's a closed circuit.
It's a circle bias.
Yeah, it never gets out.
Yeah.
Circle bias. I like circle bias.
We're gonna have a circle bias. Let's get together and have a circle bias.
You. I love it when you come in.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Search long-term marijuana use is good for you. And you will get video after video.
I've never thought to do that.
Yeah. Because you only search for the bad things.
No. I'm too simple.
You're
I'm
like,
still
is this
suckle
lump cancer?
No, breastfeeding. I can't get off of breastfeeding.
Right,
I'm so horny. I can't even show it. I can't show my daughter anything on any of my social media because it's all.
Because then things will pop up for you.
It's all breastfeeding now.
That's so funny.
And did you know that women now will breastfeed completely naked?
Oh, that's like how I take a dump.
Yeah.
I take off all my clothes and then I sit on the toilet.
There are people like this.
I'm doxing people again.
It's like George Costanza. I want no encumbrances. I just need freedom of movement.
I think my buddy Drew, I spoke to him yesterday. I'm pretty sure he used to go to the Clear Channel bathroom, and he would, and I liked the way he did it. He would take his socks and shoes off and then put a piece of paper down so he'd just stand on the paper, and then he'd hang his clothing on the hook. His clothing on the hook.
That's incredible.
I think it's Asian style. When you're completely naked in there and you're walking on paper, that's Asian style.
That's the best.
He never used paper. I made that up.
Aren't you nervous someone's going to look through the crack?
Do you look through the crack? I still look through the crack.
You look through the crack?
Now, if I walk into a bathroom now, I look right into the crack. What if there's a woman in there? That's a good joke.
You look at the shoes.
That's a good joke. I'll stand by that joke. You don't know. This day and age, there's so many unisex bathrooms.
Well, unisex bathroom. Yeah.
Every place I go to now has unisex bathrooms. I like that. Speeds up bathrooms, but it also means that you come in walking around and look through the crack. You might see a crack. Crack on crack.
Beautiful woman taking a dump.
Double crack. Oh, I'd love to see a beautiful woman taking a dump, except for my wife. We have a bathroom in the kitchen that gets more use than any other bathroom in the house.
It's like right off the kitchen?
Yeah.
It's off-putting.
Yeah, it is
odd.
off-putting.
I
And
don't
while
like that.
one person could be sauteing, the other person dropping it off.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we do. The dentists do that.
Who designed this?
Yeah.
That was a mistake.
But you like the no spare time, right? You'd like that.
No,
quick.
I don't want. It's right.
That's a little
The
too
doo-doo
close.
particles.
Yeah.
are right there.
So you have to shut the door and turn the fan on. That's a
fumes.
rule. That is a rule I have.
Shut the door,
I
turn the
make
fan.
Maisie and Andrea. You got to shut the door, turn the fan on.
The it poofs from the below the
Oh,
door.
No.
Yeah, it's like a
No,
horror film.
I have one of those quilted things your grandma gives you.
There, shove
And
it
I
in.
wet it.
Block
I
it.
wet it before I put
So
it
it
in.
seals. It's like John Carpenter's The Fog. It just fills up the kitchen.
All right. This guy is some of the best non-recorded warm-ups of any guest we've had on the show. And the reason I give you compliments is just like when you get dumb people like EJ in here over and over again, and then you finally get someone with some intelligence in here, and you can feel the energy level go from like a 4 to like a 12.
I appreciate it.
It makes the job so much easier to do.
I appreciate it.
All right.
All right, let's do it.
Let's have some fun.
Why don't you start, please, sir? And
Hold on.
Okay,
hold on. Here we go.
oh, no, EJ runs in with a gun.
No. Everyone get that?
Okay, man, yeah. All right, here we go.
I can't move that fast. I'm done for.
Oh, you move faster than me.
But you're looking good, dude.
Thank you.
Walker's
no cane.
gone.
No
Yeah,
cane
no
today.
cane either.
No cane. This is my first day. No cane.
Good for you, man.
My country name now is Kane Tallboy. That's my country name when I sing. I'd be Kane Tallboy.
That's a good
And I
name.
wrote a song for me and my dog. But then my wife said it might have tendencies of like being a pedophile because I was like, I'm drinking tall boys with my small boy, and she's like, that sounds pedophile-y. And I was
Yeah.
like, you know what, you're right.
That could be a hit
and I
in the
shelved
Philippines.
it. I
Yeah.
shelved it.
Okay,
I
smart.
shelved it. I set it away.
That's when feedback is
Drinking
good.
tall boys with a small boy. The pedophile song.
That's funny.
But that helps controversy
It
online.
does. It does. I could be the
and then
first
that
ever
spreads.
pedophile country singer.
Yeah. The first official.
Oh my God,
first
this
real.
is really funny today. All right. Would you like to start, sir? Here we go. 3, 2.
Welcome to Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. We are live on Twitch and YouTube. We'd love it if you join us. Just search for @TomandDan Live. Come on over and hang out with us. Also, check out TomandDan.com. Brand new shirts, brand new logo from our good friends, the Danger Brain. They're doing a full brand overhaul of us. It's been, oh my God, 15 years since we started working with them, 20 years since we started working with them. And they have decided to really give us a much more refined and professional look. And if you need something as well, you can check them out. Again, it is the Danger Brains.
Also, the Orange County Library right there, the downtown library, is doing their Book Fest May 17th. Brad Meltzer is going to be there, a author that your daughter likes.
Yeah, he said a lot of these IM books where they're like mini biographies for just about any famous person you can think of, whether it be I think the one Maisie has, she has like Sally Ride, Dolly Parton, like a lot of famous, like powerful women. Arguably we stack the deck in there, and you can meet Brad. He's gonna be in our town, and you can actually go and support our library.
OCLS.org.
There you go.
Chris Crespo's here. How you doing, Chris?
What is up, guys? How you doing?
Good to
Good.
see you, man.
Good
How
to
are
see you too. I'm doing well, thank you.
Hold on, I got your theme song here. I
Yes.
just want to make sure. Hold on, that everybody see. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, he's here. He's here.
He watches all the movies, so you don't have to go. It's Movies with our friend Chris Crespo.
There it is.
All right.
There it
Oh,
is.
boy.
Oh,
Wow,
What's in the
wow.
hopper today, Chris?
That sounded fresh.
Wow. Popcorn not agreeing with you. I
No,
see.
no, definitely not. It's the
my
butter.
God.
It's that all oil butter.
Must
that
have
does
done
it.
one of those Lake Buena Vista dine-in movies. Uh-oh, somebody had the buffalo wings.
Those are expensive wings, man. You got to eat them all.
I tried to book
Waste of money.
I actually tried to book a table for that tonight to see the movie Friendship, which is about the only movie that'll get me out of the house.
Yeah.
And wowie, is that expensive to book a table there? That is
At the dine-in place, yeah,
Yes.
for sure. Those are jacked up prices, and then you pay for the food on top of that.
But they're nice. I mean, they're super cool.
It is nice, and it's a cool experience, but it's not like I'm going to go to every movie this way, you know.
So what is the movie Friendship?
Okay, so if you're a fan of Tim Robinson, the comedian, I know we had Ross Padgett on the last Friday Free Show. He actually had on a Tim Robinson shirt. If you want to go back and watch it on YouTube and see if you can connect the dots of the joke, it's very difficult. I couldn't even do it. But Tim is a Saturday Night Live alum, writer, comedian. He's from Detroit. Super funny dude. He has a show on Netflix called I Think You Should Leave.
Yeah, there's 2 seasons of it. 3 seasons?
3 seasons.
3 seasons of it.
3 seasons.
Yeah.
It's one of the only sketch shows that I would align with Mr. Show, which is my all-time favorite sketch show.
Yeah.
David Cross, Bob Odenkirk. It is my favorite sketch show of all time. This is actually starting to devour Mr. Show.
It's up there,
This
man.
is a great, like me and Cabin Boy, Cabin Boy, we love Tim Robinson. He actually is the one that said, dude, of your style of humor and the things that you find funny, watch this.
Yes.
And he's just sent it to me one afternoon. And I started watching it after football, and the rest is history. I was like,
Did you watch them in order? Do you remember the first skit you saw? I remember the first skit I saw. I was like, what the hell is this? And I was like sold immediately.
The first sketch that Cabin Boy Matt sent me was the sketch, the 55 burgers, 55 fries.
Yes, that's a classic.
And when he drives the car and he almost hits the black lady, and then he's like yelling at her, and then she's like, what? Like, I don't know, man. There's
so funny.
something about it that aligns with my brain.
Yeah.
And it doesn't align with my wife's brain because there's no one my wife hates more than Tim Robinson. I'll just say it.
Oh, that's funny.
In our house,
Wow.
if I put that on, she'll like, I'm leaving. She's like, I'm leaving.
The
now.
house divided.
Yeah, she does not enjoy his humor. But for me, God, it is very.
I love it.
It's
it's so weird.
I'll watch it if it's on. I'll just start watching it, and I like it when the sketches don't land.
When they go on a little long and
Way
they keep
too
going,
long.
like
There's-
the Bob Odenkirk one with the 3 barracudas. Oh, sorry, I got 3 barracudas. It goes on for so long. It's
also
so funny.
Bob Odenkirk.
Yes,
So it's
exactly.
got to go on too long.
Yeah,
Because
it's
that guy
perfect.
was doing it when people didn't even think it was funny.
It's perfect. It's
Yeah.
perfect. The first one I saw was Coffin Flop. That's one of the greatest things I've ever seen. Like any humanity, art,
Have you
all
watched
of it.
any
Coffin
of this?
Flop is the best.
Or is this too crazy for you?
I've seen the social media.
Okay,
You sure
yeah.
about
Oh,
that?
it sounds like a grandpa. Because they're sure about that is you. Like whenever
Yeah.
I reference, you
Yeah.
sure about that? I'm like, oh my God, that's
Yeah,
tough.
the memes. He got memeified so hard from that show. It probably helped blow up the show too, because then people are finding out about the show existing because all the memes.
And it is so weird. I mean, I don't. It's
So
it's
weird.
so
So
weird.
weird.
The movie Friendship but it's a dark comedy, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah.
I think it's him and Paul Rudd, right?
yeah,
They
it's-
become friends.
It's Paul Rudd, but yeah. Anyway, we went on a whole I
whole-
think you should leave
Tim-
diatribe there. But yeah,
Tim Robinson's
explain
great.
a little bit about the Tim Robinson Paul Rudd movie Friendship
Yeah.
and kind of what we know about it so far.
That basically they're friends, but Paul Rudd doesn't want to be friends anymore with Tim Robinson. I think they're best friends too, probably. So he's like essentially breaks up with him. That's the inciting incident, and then of course Tim Robinson is the one who goes crazy, and it becomes like a dark comedy, maybe thriller sort of thing.
Yeah, I don't really know, and it's an
yeah.
A24.
It's an
so
A24,
There's
yeah.
a high possibility that everybody in the movie is I don't know, the killer. So, you know,
Yeah,
who
yeah,
knows,
someone's
you know,
gonna
one
die
of them's
probably.
a god. You know, Tim Robinson then eats a bird version of Paul Rudd, and then he lives forever.
Death doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah,
Give me another
you
one of
can do a
those.
little bit of that.
Yeah.
Right?
He also has that show, Detroiters. Have you seen that on Netflix? That's what he
Okay.
did before. I think you should leave.
I love that show. I'll watch it when it's on.
There you
like
go,
I
yeah.
will watch Detroit. Detroiters to me has a little bit more of it's rooted more in a story.
Yeah, it's more of a traditional, quote, traditional show.
True, but
yeah.
wild. I mean, these are like some of the things that they say are right up there with Righteous Gemstones. Like they
Yeah.
like they use a lot of the C word for stuff that comes out of you. You know, like they're saying stuff, and it's wild,
Yeah,
and I enjoy it
And
a lot.
Sam Richardson, the other guy that does a lot of stuff with, they're both very
Don't
funny. They're a
enjoy
great
him
team
as much,
together.
though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't enjoy Sam as much
Take,
because
take that, Sam.
yeah, take that in your face. And I know it bothers him that I don't like him as much.
I'm sure it'd kill him.
Yeah.
Did you finish all of Righteous Gemstones?
No, I need
Okay.
to. I need to. I started it. I need to get back on it, especially seeing now. Again, talking about social media, seeing the Teen Just stuff and all the Baby Billy stuff. You know, it's like I got to get back on
It's
that
so
show.
good.
Yeah.
yeah. I watched the season finale.
Yeah. What'd you think?
I
Some people are a little conflicted on. I'll just say this: I've heard people say that was not it.
Well, it's with this type of show, it's a comedy, so and it's of like sometimes dark So, obviously, with especially this season, starting with the Civil War thing, like it's violent as hell, you know.
Yeah. That was actually a quite beautiful episode for a comedy. Like some of the cinematography in that, like, they're like cannonballs blowing
That whole
up.
creative crew is incredible, all the stuff they've done over the years.
And they do a lot with a little. You could tell they had a budget, but it looked nice.
Yeah.
They put some element into it.
Sure.
Like
Effort.
some love.
Yeah.
Thank you.
As long as Baby Billy's in there, I don't care what
He's the
happens.
best.
That's the
He's so
only
funny.
reason I watch it.
Now,
Yeah.
I will say John Goodman does seem like he has Alzheimer's or something. I apologize, but he does seem like he's in it and he's barely putting in effort to act.
Yeah, because he melted.
Well, it's not even that.
No, it is. We let John melt.
He melted, yeah.
He's
We let
old.
John melt, and you can't let your most beloved, bigger characters melt. When you let them melt, then he's making all the movements we should see on camera underneath that bag of skin.
Yeah.
It's just under there.
It's just there. We
just can't
see
see
it. It's better to die fat than melt away. That's
For
what they
whatever
say.
reason, his
My dad said that when he died.
every scene he's in, it's awkward to me.
Especially with the long hair.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know
Right?
why.
With the long hair?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
so it's just that it seems like why is this awkward?
Yeah.
And it may just
He does a lot
because it
of-
wasn't at the season
He does a
one.
lot of mouth shaking and a lot of like. He does a lot of like. He does a lot of shaking my.
Like he's got like tics and stuff, like physical. He's relying
I
on
don't
that
know.
more.
This may be his last dance. I don't know.
I like
you
that.
know.
I like that.
I don't
Let's
know.
make this whole conversation highly critical and rude. Now we're doing it. Yeah, now we're picking on a dying man. It's good God.
No,
What's
he's
wrong
dying.
with you? We're
I'm just
picking
saying with
on a
acting.
dying
I don't know
man.
everybody else, whatever.
That's John
Maybe
Connor.
my last
right? John
dance.
Connor? Was it John Connor? Dan. That's
Dan Connor, Dan
John
Connor.
Not John.
Yeah,
What if he played
40 years
What
ago.
if he played John Connor?
What if the Terminator showed up in Roseanne trying to kill Dan Connor?
Oh my God.
That'd been wild.
So, Chris, what movies should we talk about?
Let me see. Last couple movies I saw that are actually quite good. This one's already a few weeks old, but people are still seeing it. Sinners, the vampire, like the old South vampire blues. It's like 4 different movies wrapped up in one. I saw that at the IMAX at Point Orlando. And it was an incredible experience. First, like, great movie of 2025 for sure. Really highly recommend people checking out while it's still in theaters. Eventually, when it comes on like HBO or whatever, I don't know. I think it's Warner Brothers.
I heard that's one of the ones
Or
that
Universal.
you absolutely must see in the theater.
It's worth it. It's worth it. The IMAX was cool because a bit of a nerd thing. They shot the movie with like different film stocks. So parts of the movie are in, super wide screen. So it's got like the big black bars on the top or the bottom. It doesn't fill up the whole screen. And then there are other parts of the movie where they shot it with the IMAX film. So it takes up the full screen, the whole like 60 feet or whatever it is. So there are parts of the movie where thematically it works. The movie goes from like this wide format to like a super big one. And also like really, it's like the most high def TV you've ever seen, that IMAX screen.
Yeah.
So it's just so immersive where all of a sudden this thing is like you're in it in a way that it's almost 3D
Is
without
it
the glasses.
weird to have a production company director and cast do something like that when it seems as if based on the amount of video we consume, we don't care?
Yeah,
Right? Like, is that a weird amount of effort to throw on something like that?
It's fully
Because I
like
would
a
have never
nerd
known that,
cinephile thing.
right? Like, had you not said that,
you might not have even registered it in the theater.
well, somebody needs to start saying that other than you, right?
Right.
Like, hey, just so you know, we look at all the effort we put
Yeah,
in
these
the
are the
film.
kind of things that happen. And if you're not looking for it, it may just be like a thing you feel as opposed to actually registering, the frame rate change,
Right.
You just might feel it on a subconscious level. Ryan Coogler did it because he's a, quote, an artist, and he wants to, like, do the most with his movies.
Nice.
He loves movies, genuinely loves them. But your average person, they just want to see a cool vampire movie that's, like, sexy and violent, and it has that, too, So he's allowed to get away with the artsy-fartsy stuff as long as he delivers on the commercial end, which I think he's done his whole career so far with the Creed, Black Panther. Like, he's found a way really like on a Spielberg level to balance art with commerce, straight up commerce.
You want to hear something that keeps me up at night? Hot, sexy vampires would never get breast implants after becoming a vampire. Because there's no way in hell that they'd be able to go into a surgery center around that much blood and not cause a ruckus.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
You see what I'm saying?
I wasn't even
like,
thinking
so
about
if
that.
you were watching a movie and the woman takes her top off and she's got rock hard perfect ones, She turned after the surgery.
She got him first and then
Okay.
turned.
Write that down.
Yeah.
It keeps me up at night.
That's a guaranteed timeline
I'm
marker
becoming a
right
little
there.
more like you, right? That's a little more like Tom, I feel
That's
like.
pretty. Yeah, it's very observant.
Is there
Very
any new
observant.
take on vampires in this movie, or is traditional
This time
vampire?
they're gay. They're gay vampires.
The gayest. They must have done gay vampires already. A new take, not necessarily. It's just that the way the vampirism, the theme itself in the vampires.
Oh, I have a vampirism. It'll never go down.
They're used to 4 hours. You gotta see a doctor. It's used to like tell a story about racism in America in the 1920s. It's set in the Jim Crow South, I think in Mississippi.
Are the vampires racist?
No, the vampires are actually Irish. The first ones that pop
Oh,
up
they're
are
really
Irish.
racist then if they're Irish.
They're actually the opposite, where they're the people who were treated worse than black people in America during the late 1800s, early 1900s, right? I mean, the Irish were really, really looked down upon.
Yeah.
So then this Irish vampire shows up and he goes to these black people and is like, hey, this is pretty sweet. Actually, we can be superior to everyone. Doesn't that sound like a good idea? Trying to play on their, we're oppressed as well. Let's band together. There's a lot more going on with the vampire theme on top of your traditional, I don't want to be a vampire. They're outside. They're trying to get in. Let's get some wooden stakes going and defend ourselves. But then there's also this whole other thing about music and the importance of blues, American blues, and how influential it is.
Vampires
and all
hate
genres.
blues. Oh God, the vampires hate the blues.
These vampires love an Irish.
Play the blues around me. We like happy music.
No, they actually love Irish ballads and river dancing in this one. It's
really?
It's wild.
Like those sea shanties that the stupid TikTok
They-
kids
they-
made popular
they-
after a while.
they do a couple
Why
Danny
did our
Boys.
generation, our children, why did they make sea shanties popular?
That was weird. I think it was
Right?
SpongeBob.
My daughter's like, the one to the fan to the Billy O.T. I'm like, shut your mouth. I'm going to kill you.
I think it's SpongeBob's fault.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on in Sinners. It's very, very cool. And Michael B. Jordan he's playing twins, so he's in the movie doing dual roles, and they're very idealized, like different characters. He's great in it. Everyone's great in it. I really got pumped about that movie. As I was walking out of the movie, I was like, "This is why I go to movies. This is why I sit through a lot of crap." That's what I'm saying.
Hey,
it's one of the best
Welcome
of the year
back.
so far. Thank
Welcome
you.
back.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Speaking of horror movies or that type of genre,
That's called porno, sir.
I saw
Horror movies.
Clowns in a Cornfield.
You saw it? Or
no,
you
no,
saw
I
that
saw-
it exists?
I saw that it
yeah.
exists.
I almost went and saw that
That's
this
called,
weekend.
That's
yeah.
called the first BDM group meeting, right?
I drove by there yesterday. I was like,
the
we're
first
going to party here.
BDM party was called Clowns in a Cornfield.
And it rained. It rained like it's raining today.
It really did.
I was literally thinking about that. I was like, oh,
How's
man.
it look out there?
I was like, about the same. They built a fence around it.
Yeah, to keep us out.
to keep everyone out, yeah.
To keep us out.
And then I thought about the amount of people that drove home drunk after. And I was like, oh my God.
It's truly amazing. Yeah.
I was like, and no one, I mean,
Yeah.
our business still exists?
Like the fact that everyone got home, everything had to light up like 9/11 to get everyone
So
home.
everyone
And we
gets safely.
did. And we
It's
did.
almost like a DUI
Yeah.
super spreader.
We got them all home.
Yeah.
We got them.
That's
No,
crazy.
Hey, you know what?
Pre-Uber.
No,
Yeah.
you know what I say? No slob left behind. No slob left behind.
Very good.
1,000 points of light.
Yeah.
There's people begging other people not to drive.
I'm fine. I'm
Do
fine.
you remember? Do you remember
I'm
my
gonna
wife
name
and I?
names.
Do you remember my wife and I shuttled people to Porky's because it was just a little bit closer?
It was like 3 miles.
Crazy.
We'll get you off Disney property. Yeah. We'll just get you over here to Porky's.
Yeah, you're
you
someone
know?
else's
Stick your head
insurance
out the window.
responsibility.
Stick your head out the window between here and Porky's. It'll sober you up. And then here, that pity for your tongue. Good day.
I'm like, do you have
Yo, penny
any
trick.
crack you can smoke or anything to get you?
The funny thing is, all of our listeners have cracked the smoke. They just don't like talking about it with us because they think that disappoints
I
us.
like
Because they think you'll dox them.
Yeah.
smoke it if you got it. Drive home.
So all of our listeners had to smoke crack to get
Get home
home
safely.
from our first party because it was
Not all of
that.
them. I just said if you had it, you might as
if
well.
you had uppers, you needed them.
Gotta stop and get one of those little tiny roses at the convenience store
Yes.
first. Little
Yes,
little
all
container.
It was a different time.
So movies.
10 years ago.
Oh yeah. So clowns,
Clowns in a
yeah.
Cornfield. Apparently, it's an adaptation of a book. I think it's a book series, and it's a horror comedy. It actually has great reviews. The reviews are very solid. So, and then I was like, I don't know about this because I just honestly just saw the poster and the title, and I didn't know much about it. Then my girlfriend Marissa, she came out of nowhere. It's like, I want to go see that Clowns in the Cornfield movie. I'm like, what? Because she's not even into like horror movies or stuff like that, but the marketing got her. She's interested, so I might actually end up going to see that.
Zombieland, is that the vibes I'm getting? Like something funny where you kill something and you're like, do that again.
Yeah,
double tap crazy.
Yeah, or is it like joking on the whole like killer clown genre? That's a subgenre in itself. Just look at Terrifier and how popular that is, right? Is it like riffing on the whole killer clown thing? You know, there's also the cornfield vibe is a very like typical horror film.
It is, yeah.
Location. So
yeah.
are they just like flipping conventions and tropes in some way, which is also very fun, like a meta horror film? You know, I'm very interested in it. The title is very dumb.
You know what scares me still to this day, but only the name really, is Children of the Corn.
Yes, terrifying title, terrible film.
Yeah. But just thinking of like the demonic children coming out of a cornfield, I'm like, oh, that's terrifying.
Actually, no, I've never seen the original. That might be good, but the '90s one with Christopher Reeve,
good.
no, my God, and it's a John Carpenter movie too. Breaks my heart. It's so bad. It's so boring. It's just deathly boring. That's the worst sin a movie could perform is be boring. I'd rather be bad. And I can still have fun, like a Madam Web level, like, oh,
this is what I tell EJ all the time. I'm like, just be bad.
Just be bad. Just lean into it.
It's just,
Yeah, but if it's boring, it's like, oh, nah, this is the worst. And that movie is sincerely boring.
I never got scared of ghost children. I never understood why people were scared of ghost children.
Well, you do make some interesting points when you brought this to my attention. I don't think I ever were really either scared of ghost children. Across the board, I don't like ghosts, but you bring up good points like, because they're little and not powerful, and I'm like, okay, that makes
just that.
Yeah, they're also ghosts, so you're probably like pushing, they're like transparent, or you can just push right through them.
Yeah,
like,
I'm scared of ghost Kimbo Slice.
That's
way scarier.
Oh, that's real bad.
Very intimidating.
Also, you had a top hat? Holy smokes. You had a top hat to Kimbo Slice, and he's ready for Ebenezer Scrooge.
Yeah.
Right? Because he had the chops. Yeah,
they had the big chops.
Yeah.
It's like Babadook Slice.
Just saying, in a fight, I'll take out a ghost boy.
Every night in my dreams, I take it out. I don't discriminate.
You make it worse.
Taking on a ghost boy every night. Okay.
I was like, oh, which one worse? So, what else, Chris?
The other movie I saw that's actually quite good. You may have heard about this.
I'm sorry, that's really funny.
Are you stuck on Ghost Boy?
I love giving this guy some love. That was very funny.
That was good. The new Marvel movie, Thunderbolts, is actually a very, very good film.
I have heard, Daniel, if Daniel, you rail on these dumb movies, how much you hate them, you'll like this movie. You'll like.
It's one of the better ones.
To see Thunderbolts.
It's a fun one. I still enjoy it. It's I don't want to say it's more adult. It's not. It skews more PG-13 than PG in terms of like a Marvel movie, because none of these are real superheroes, so it's a lot of gunplay and stuff like that. That kind of action. And also the overall theme of the movie, I don't want to give away what the movie's about, what the villain represents, but it's very like adult in terms of just like you have to have some life experience to understand what the characters are talking about. But on just a pure basic entertaining level, it's funny. The action's good. It looks good. Like a lot of it's shot practically. It's well written.
Yeah.
It's a fun, enjoyable film. I like all the actors. Bill Pullman's kid is in it. Lewis Pullman. He was in the Top Gun Maverick movie. He's in this now. He's getting a lot of attention for doing this.
Great opportunity to name your kid Pulley Pullman.
they have
don't
other
want to
kids.
point out the obvious, but that's a darn fine
That
name.
may have been taken by the older one. Who knows?
Yeah,
He's like
Pulley
the youngest
Pullman
of 3 or 4.
is a really good name.
That'd be a good one. But he's good in it. Florence Pugh, she's essentially the lead of the movie, and she like really carries the film on her shoulders and does an incredible job. She's great. She's definitely one of our movie stars right now.
Can't get over her last name.
Pugh,
Yeah.
Just the way it's spelled or the sound of it.
Yeah. Pulley Pullman and Pepe Le Pew.
And Pewee Pewman.
I'm a very weird person.
Hey, that's fair.
Like,
as long as you recognize it.
Well, you brought up Top Gun. That reminded me of Tom Cruise, which reminded me of the Mission Impossible movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which I've seen a lot of commercials for, and it seems
Who's
like
the comedian in that now? Oh, it's Nick Offerman.
Oh, is he in it? Yeah.
Nick
He finally
Offerman
got
was
in?
on. I saw him on like some late night show. Just a clip popped up, and
Yeah.
Nick Offerman is in. He plays like I'm guessing he plays like bumbling fat guy to Tom Cruise, right? There's always like a bumbling bigger dude that's like, oh, I don't know if I can pull the lever for the wings, man.
That's called
This
the
is why I
true
hate
lies.
everything.
Yeah, because you distill it down.
Yeah.
It's possible that he could be playing that. Yeah, I mean,
or
Hoffman is a
something.
good actor. He is very good.
Yeah,
so.
and his beard is jet black now, so he must be doing something where he needed that.
It's a diet. Yeah.
So obviously Tom Cruise has been doing this for a while, but it
Since
does
'94.
It does seem like these these movies are just him wanting to do real stunts, and that's the whole because he's hanging off the side of a biplane.
Yeah,
well,
flying
because
through
we don't care.
It's just like
anything he's doing is less exciting even than what Kanye's doing to me right now. I've seen all of this. Kanye, I've seen everything you're doing. I've seen all of it. But none of it is interesting to me.
Although,
oh look, he's holding on to a Harrier. Wow. Oh wow, he fell into the ocean. Oh look, he's scuba diving in the world's deepest place in the world. Oh.
He is trying to make a movie in outer space, so we'll see how that works.
Oh, look, he's in outer space.
Look, it's on the ISS. Oh my goodness, it's crashing.
You want to do something crazy?
It's
remove your legs or something. You know, like
the problem is it's crazy that Tom Cruise is doing some of these
do
stunts,
something gay on camera. Do something gay on camera, and you'll get me back in.
With so much
He's too scared to do that.
money behind it and so many professionals, it's not that impressive, right? You know, because like with all this, when you have unlimited money behind it, you can make insanely dangerous things safe.
I think they get funding from the government for some of this stuff. Like I think they buy. Like they're like, we did this in conjunction with the Navy, and then I'm like, well, I know how that works then, because you know what I mean?
Yeah. Top Gun. The Top Gun movies are made with the cooperation of the military, so they give
propaganda.
They get them hardware to use, so they can save money there. They can shoot. These movies are shot in the UK. I think Tom Cruise lives in the UK now. He shoots his movies there now. He gets rebates and tax incentives. They're incentivized to make movies overseas because they get 30, 40, 50% of their budget back. So now their $200 million movie becomes a $100 million movie, but it looks like $200 million. You know, that's just the economics of it. And thank God those tariffs are going to fix that, and we just won't get good movies.
Movie tariffs. Right?
Yeah, movie tariffs. How
Didn't
does that
John
work?
Voight do that?
John Voight, one of our ambassadors.
John
man.
Voight, I liked you in Anaconda, you piece of ass.
It's him. Mel Gibson, and who's the third one? I'm already forgetting. I love these ambassadors. But yeah, he's a crazy man doing crazy things. He's been doing them since '94, and the very first Mission Impossible, he has that stunt where he's on the back of a bullet train, and he's not really on a bullet train, but they did like put him on a train, and they did all these actual like stunt stuff with him as opposed to using a stunt man. His whole point of producing these movies from the beginning has been to escalate his crazy stunt work and do all the things that other producers and other companies wouldn't let him do. For sure, 100%. It's some sort of a fetish or itch that he has that he's scratching.
Well, in this one, there's like he is actually on the side of a biplane that's flying through a canyon, you know? And
and he's like,
because every spy has to stand on the side of a biplane.
So
every spy's got to stand on some dated technology at a balloon festival.
I do love it. It's dated. It's probably his plane too. He probably owns that plane.
The problem is that he's got the best pilot in the world for this biplane. That the likelihood of him crashing, like obviously if he crashes, they're both dead, right? We know that. But this pilot's not going to crash because he's the best. And then Tom Cruise does get out himself onto the wing. But I'm sure there is some sort of hidden.
He's probably openly strapped up. There's lines that they can just CG out the safety harness.
And he's still doing it, is the argument.
He's still doing it, but then it's like, well, I could do it technically if you have the best pilot, and then you practice in a wind tunnel, like you have all, you know what I'm saying, and then you practice.
There's no doubt in my mind you could, yes.
And then if I did fall off, like I'd be caught by the thing, maybe be whipped, or it is dangerous. But what I'm saying is, it's not so dangerous. That
the worst is you
fully
fall
death-defying.
Off, it whips you into the side of the plane, killing you. So then it just has to fly back with your lifeless corpse banging the side.
That would be embarrassing.
Yeah,
that would be bad
very
footage. Do you still use the footage in the final movie?
I will agree with
you.
Yes, you could do it, and yes, it's less impressive. But nobody else that does what he does in acting has the balls to do it.
No one else is doing
it.
He's the Drunky the Bear of acting.
That's what I'm saying.
Do you want to hug me? Oh my God, I think Tom's gonna hug me. I got my first hug. Oh,
that was a great moment.
Wow, that's a big moment.
I'm
all of that to
up
get
here.
me to say that.
Yeah, that's true.
But I agree with you. Yes, because no one else has the balls to do that.
Also, with the work that he's done in his face
is looking a little weird.
The wind whips it weird, and then it's like, Cruise, it's whipping your face
like
weird.
John Goodman.
That's what you're hoping for the CG to come back in and fix that too.
It's been whipping it weird.
It's like bat wings flapping in a high speed tunnel.
What else, Chris? What do we got?
Those are the only movies I've seen lately in theaters. But coming up, we have a lot of interesting, cool stuff. I got over here just next week. Both Final Destination is back, And I saw that trailer in front of Sinners, and it's
guilty,
a fun
I have
trailer.
a guilty pleasure for the Final
Those
Destination.
are fun movies.
Yeah,
man.
they're real dumb.
Yeah.
And fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's gonna come for all. We cheated death, and it's coming for us now.
Yeah,
it's so
And
silly.
now it's
I love it.
bloodline, so obviously it's the kids of these people.
Yes.
Yeah, I love a good bowling ball through a windshield.
That's exactly
Like,
what
oh.
it is. And the trailer, I mean, it gives you right away, lets you know how the movie is going to work. Like, it's this whole backyard party scene and, like, all these little things that are set up that are going to go bad. And you're just sitting there, just watching a trailer, like, oh, my God, how's this going to go so poorly for everyone? It's very, very well done. It's also the guy who plays Death in these movies, Tony Todd. He's also the Candyman, original Candyman. He's passed away. This is like a posthumous release for him. He shot this right before he died.
Oh, no
and
way.
he looks like, they show him in the trailer, the unfortunate man looks like he is dying. He is like emaciated, and it's kind of a bummer, actually.
I bet while they're filming this, like if you're the director, you're filming this, you're probably, it's like a little bit of, you're like, oh man, this is going to look so great, but man, does he look bad.
Yes.
But boy, is this going to be scary.
Wow,
right?
Death looks
You're
like he's
conflicted.
dying. Yeah.
I think you're conflicted.
I think so.
Because they're like, Tony, you need to eat your Ensure. And he's like, I don't want to. And you're like, yeah, don't let him eat it. He looks better.
Just sneak the Pedialyte in his bottle
he
there.
looks better emaciated.
He looks better.
This has nothing to do with the movie, but it's kind of adjacent to Final Destination. Did you see the video of the guy that almost got hit by the crane but narrowly escaped death?
Yeah,
Like
in China, right?
That reminded me of Final
That
Destination.
is some Final Destination stuff.
He's
Yeah.
just out there smoking a cigarette, and all of a sudden, the rope or
He notices something
the
first.
line
Yeah.
from the crane started falling on. He's like, "What?" And then he literally ducked as this. I mean, tons
I don't know.
of a huge
200-foot long ton.
He
5
would have
tons, 10
red
tons.
mist his head.
Yes.
Oh, man.
I mean, instant death, and like he escaped it by a fraction of a
It's
second, and you're
crazy.
like, "Wow, that's a final."
Yeah.
Like Final Destination's coming for you,
Yeah.
because you escaped death.
I like to
See,
think-
that's the whole thing, right?
Every night when I go to bed, I like to think I had at least one of those that I didn't know about.
Everybody does. Everybody.
You walk around the corner of a building,
Yeah.
and then a piano drops right where
Yeah.
you were from being lifted up.
I've almost stepped out into traffic, and like a car's like.
Well,
I
you
was
done
like,
it with
"Whoa,
me
wow."
going to public.
And then I was like, "Wow!" Like one step.
That was it. That could have been it.
Yeah.
That is wild stuff.
But so how many Final Destinations have there been?
This might be 6 or 7.
I think
Yeah.
it's 7. I tried to look this up before you got here.
Yeah, and it's weird because they don't just one
Yeah,
of them was
they're
like
not
the
in
Final
numbers,
Destination.
So I
yeah.
looked it up, and they're all over the place.
Yeah.
You know, then you got to.
They Fast and Furious those titles a long time
they'll
ago.
do like
yeah.
an Origins, and they'll do like
Yeah, exactly.
like
So
Shadows.
just 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Keep it simple.
Assassin's Creed does that. I'm like, stop.
Yeah.
Just give me the one. Just give me a number.
And also, I want you to name the first movie 1. Rocky 1. How come they didn't call that 1 when it first
Also,
came out?
you can have whatever you want to call it. You can call it Final Destination Shadows. That's fine,
Yeah,
but you
yeah.
have to put in parentheses 5
slap a number on there.
just for me.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, I need to know the number
This
of what
for-
this is.
this for Wikipedia
also,
purposes.
here's another thing that drives me crazy too is, and this guy's the king of this. He'll get on the BDM page and be like, "What order am I supposed to watch these in?" The order they were made is how it's right.
Yeah.
When did we get into this thing of going backwards?
Of chopping up orders.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stop that.
The
Just
order
do
they
them
were
in
made.
order.
Yes.
Well, if one's a prequel, I want to see that one first. So, what else is out there you want to see?
Also coming out next weekend, same weekend, there's this movie called Hurry Up Tomorrow. It's an indie film, and it's, I think, Jenna Ortega and Bean Bill.
Harriet Tub Morrow.
Yeah, it's a Harriet Tubman sequel.
what?
Excuse me, Hurry Up Tomorrow.
Oh, Hurry Up Tomorrow.
It's
I
an
thought you
awkward-
said Harriet Tubman.
Harriet Tomorrow.
So it's a digital Harriet Tubman.
Yeah, it's like Max Headroom, but with Harriet Tubman.
Gotcha.
It's Hurry Up Tomorrow. It's an awful, mouthful of a title.
Is
but
this a coming of age?
it's
Love?
like a pop, I think sort of a pop star thriller in a way. The lead is formerly known as The Weeknd, Abel Tesfaye. That's how he's being billed as.
Okay.
Jenna Ortega.
Oh, is he no longer The Weeknd?
I think he's dropping that persona in its entirety.
Oh God, we
Yeah.
haven't talked to Ross in a minute. I
Yeah,
don't
does he know? I'm sure he knows about this.
Yeah, I'm positive he knows.
What's
but-
his real name again?
Abel Tesfaye. Tesfaye.
I would have gone with The Weeknd.
The Weeknd is on one.
Abel Tesfaye.
Yeah, that's why he went by The Weeknd. I was like,
Abel
"Look,
Tesfaye.
yeah.
Abe Tesfaye.
Just call him Abe. But it's a wild-looking, crazy, like almost psychological thriller. It looks like very over the top, and like it's not going to be a big commercial hit. But it looks very interesting. I'm for sure looking for it. It's kind of like counter programming to all the mainstream stuff that's coming out. And then the week after that is aforementioned Mission Impossible on the IMAX screens. I think this is Memorial Day weekend, as a matter of fact. It's that and the Lilo and Stitch live action remake which despite all the other the cartoon turned to live action remakes, I think they're all pretty mediocre to bad so far for the most part.
Nothing is going to beat the porno.
Sonic is good.
Yeah, nobody's going to meet
that's
the
video game.
They made
Yeah.
a porno called Lilo and Couple Extra Stitches. That it's a MILF. It's a MILF.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right. I think the marketing for this one's actually pretty good. All the Stitch stuff looks really funny.
Yeah.
And then also the actual marketing for it in terms of they have.
Did they do them right by keeping it? Are they still a Polynesian family?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
All that setting is kept the same.
So they didn't change any of that to make people mad because they love to do that. Right?
Yeah, no, they kept it all.
Okay.
It seems pretty quote true or whatever, however you want to
Gotcha.
put it, to the animated one. And now there's a sequence in the movie where they're driving around in like a Power Wheels car, for a kid, right?
Yeah.
And Stitch is driving around like a madman. So now they have out there for marketing, like people are going around with these little pink Power Wheels with a Stitch puppet in there that they're driving around, and it's like a very good puppet. Its head is moving and it's blinking. And that's just been doing that for promotion out there. There's TikTok videos that I think it's pretty good, pretty effective stuff. It looks very, very cute, very fun. I did like the animated one. I don't love it, but I like it.
People are happy about this. The chat room is talking about this one out of all the movies.
Yeah.
I think the live action Lilo and Stitch is getting the most amount of
I think
attention.
it
really.
could be good. It could be good.
I don't think my sons know Lilo and Stitch.
Maisie doesn't.
It's
No?
like outside. It was pre their time when they were kids.
Because it's like 2000.
So many
Yeah.
of my adult friends that are younger than me watch this as like a young adult or even growing up.
or maybe in high school.
And they
or-
love it. They put it up there with like the Goofy movie and stuff like that. I'm too old for any of this.
It
Like,
could
I
be the
can't-
same age bracket as the Goofy movie.
This is too old for
people.
me.
There's no
like,
nostalgia there.
No, I got nothing
But
with
then
Lilo and
I was
Stitch.
just at Epcot like a month ago. Remember when it was on fire like a month ago? I was there that day. And there's a ton of
Did you
Lilo and
set-
Stitch stuff.
Did you set Epcot on
I
fire?
think I did. I used the
you
bathroom
do?
at the French
What was on
bakery.
fire?
The French bakery caught on fire. The all the way in the back of the park.
Blue,
The-
ratatouille is out of the game.
like the walk-in fridge or freezer, like something sparked in there, and then as we were walking out of the park, we turned around. There's a huge black plume of smoke.
Oh, they chose a pope.
No, it was a black one, so they were still doing the
Oh,
selection
right.
process. And then I looked online as we were leaving, and right away on Reddit and TikTok, you can find your answers for this immediately. They had to evacuate the French bakery, the Ratatouille ride that was adjacent to it, and it was some fire in a walk-in fridge. It was crazy stuff.
Great. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was wild. But there's a ton of Lilo and Stitch merch everywhere. We were shocked at how much it's like everywhere, and like people must love it if they're gonna overproduce that kind of stuff for them.
Yeah, I mean, I think the nostalgia and like I know Samantha was really excited about this when it just got released. Like the announcement.
Yeah.
She was like,
Oh,
"Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
that was
I'm
like a
all
couple
in."
years ago. Yeah, when they announced it,
I know
sure.
when a lot of people that like are a little bit younger than me, maybe more your age, but like I'd say like 35 to 40.
Yeah.
Like are really, really, really into this.
Sure, that makes sense. And Stitches, I mean, it's tricky to take something that's animated, a design like that, and then try to do it live action. It could be like, oh, you actually made a little monster. That's terrifying to look at, and it translates very well. I think Stitch is super cute in the trailers and adorable, and it's like, so yeah, I'd play with this little creepy alien thing.
Yeah,
It's
he's
awesome.
an alien, right?
He's an alien.
Okay.
But people think he's like a weird blue dog or something.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the hook there.
That's the part of Lilo and Stitch I never figured out is like this thing is pretending to be a dog.
Yeah.
It doesn't resemble a
doesn't
dog
work.
at all. And no one around is quite like, whoa, whoa.
I mean, around here, somebody kill it. Like somebody would shoot it.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
what they do to
What the
weird-looking
hell?
animals.
Yeah, that's true.
Tom showed me a video
Children
one
beat
time.
it to death with sticks.
There's no
one
other
of the,
dog
One of the
looks
first
like
times Tom and I met, he showed me a video of some Chilean kids. There were 4 of them, and they saw a hairless sloth, and they proceeded.
and they beat it to death.
They beat it. You've seen it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
And
about.
they beat it to death because it just looks different than them. And you taught me a very valuable lesson that day that when you see an animal that looks weird, you kill it. Everybody knows
Or
that.
the biggest of all animals, you're like, oh, that's
it's
what
the biggest.
Yeah.
Even
Kill
if it's
the
a
biggest.
fish, you shoot it right in the head, right in the water.
The biggest bear, and then you're like, I got the biggest. Now there's no more.
Now there's no big. I
that's weird.
killed big.
Exactly. So it can be on my wall.
Like,
Now
oh,
there's
man.
only small.
Like, this thing, it was the
But
biggest.
you don't even put it on your wall.
Yeah,
you just
yeah.
leave it there. You just leave it there and it dies. And you're like, now there's no more big, only small, and I killed
And I
it.
can thank you. You're welcome.
Now I'm going home to play video games.
I am a hero.
Have you been watching The Last of Us, Chris?
Yeah, I'm caught up on The Last
all
of
right.
Us. Yeah.
So, this may include some spoilers, and this IMAX section where I rant about The Last of Us. So I just want to warn everybody, if you are not caught up on The Last of Us.
This is a new segment Tom calls, You've Ruined the Last of Us.
I just want to let everybody know.
You've seen the last of me.
And I'm not.
That's good.
And I'm not saying anything that's major here.
Major.
You know, I'm not spoiling anything too crazy. I'm
Okay, EJ says he's not caught up, so EJ, leave.
I'm not,
Just leave.
EJ loves spoilers. I'm not gonna do a major spoiler. Just little tiny things that I find frustrating in the movie.
Sure.
That it's kind of like almost
Like her tattoo?
bad writing.
You think she'd sit for that tattoo? I don't think she'd sit for that tattoo. It's a pretty detailed tattoo.
That's a lot. Yeah,
That's
it's
a
a big-
lot of tattooing.
Also, I have grown to feel bad for the actress that plays Ellie.
Why?
Bella Ramsey.
Bella Ramsey.
She's super talented.
Yeah. No.
She'll be just fine.
Yeah, no, I know, but I the reason why I feel
you mean
bad,
because of all the hate?
yeah, because
she takes some heat.
of the heat on the internet,
Sure.
and then this
Well,
kind
the
of.
internet's such a cool place. That's weird.
Yeah, it is a fun, nice place.
Yeah.
It's a very, very, very nice.
Yeah,
place.
weird.
And then I put myself in her shoes, and I'm like, well, she, there's no way she sees all this.
You know what?
Like,
I
or
would
seeks
pay
it out, because
$1,000 to see you in her shoes. With the same hair and the beanie and the whole nine. In fact, if you do it for Halloween, 1,000K.
Yeah, draw,
1K.
draw a
1K
tattoo on
it.
your arm.
Let's just say the lady I watched the show with started questioning, what is it I don't like about this person? I can't put my finger on it. There's something off-putting about the way she looks. Right?
Wait a minute, are you talking about me? I've said this.
No. Anyway, I don't want to call my wife out. Anyway, so then, and I'm like, yeah, it's kind of, what is that? What is that? And I made some jokes, and it's horrible to say. And the only reason I'm saying it now is because there's no chance that she hears it. And
The lady.
I'd never say, the lady.
The lady you
Bella
live with.
Ramsey.
Oh, Bella.
Because she's too famous. But she can see the memes that are out there, because that could somehow get in her algorithm or like get presented
she knows.
on her
Yeah,
social
yeah,
media.
Yeah. I know that people think I'm disgustingly short.
And I saw a meme now that I can't get out of my head, and the meme is, instead of her face, it's Buzz Lightyear. And now I can't see her without seeing Buzz Lightyear.
Buzz Ramsey.
So now you see Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
So now when you watch a show, it's Buzz.
No.
Can't be fixed. I'm sorry.
She has
you have a condition.
Lightyear type face.
You have Lightyear's disease. I'm sorry, it can't be.
And
it can't be
then-
unaltered. Yeah.
So
I'm sorry. How long am I going to have this
Now, here's
condition?
the writing
You'll have
part.
it till infinity and beyond.
and I feel bad. So, and then
I'm sorry. Thank you, Dr. Woody. I'll be
where-
at my office if you need me.
the spoiler spoiler alert.
Here's a spoiler.
They're wandering through a city that's swarming with an army, right? Here's
Yeah.
Seattle,
It's
right?
a bad scene.
There's a militia, yeah.
And then,
It's a bad scene.
yeah. And then not only is
A lot
there
of tough hombres out there. A lot of bad hombres.
not only is there an army that is in the city that they are they're out to kill.
They're ready to go.
So they're armed. There are mushroom zombies just crawling everywhere that
Everywhere.
you've had multiple encounters with.
Sure.
Infected everywhere.
That some of them
The
have
spores.
unbelievable
It's in the
ability to hear because
Yeah.
they've been blinded by the mushroom or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so
Take
they're
away my sight, you just better hearing.
Yeah.
So-
Daredevil.
they're wandering around, and there's this romantic part going on, and then they wander to a music store, and they're like, "Oh, drum set! I'm just gonna start."
Yeah. Boom, boom, bat, boom, boom, boom.
I thought the same thing. Like, why are you making all this noise?
Hey,
yeah.
Boo Pie, lay down a beat.
Yeah.
They're the
Boom,
mushrooms.
boom, bat, boom, 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 bat.
Yeah, that's a crazy thought process.
Yeah, hey, you know what? Let's start a band. Hey, guys, let's start a band.
Could you do that in the game? Is that a mini game where you walk up to the drum kit and start playing
That's
it?
what I did.
It's a
as
rhythm game inside The Last of Us.
I do that when I'm wandering through Guitar Center on a Saturday.
And I ask you not to.
Not at the
We're just
end.
buying cables for the studio.
Yeah. It's
not
like,
at
no,
the
hold on. Let me
End
bang
of the
this.
world where there's an
Yeah.
army
We got Neil-
and
we got
mushroom
zombies.
zombies.
Neil Peart over here.
So then, after you said zombies, you run, you're escaping, you fall into a train of corpses, you land, you're crawling through the corpses or whatever. Then you start blasting your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah,
right
right
after.
there on the floor. on the dirty
She
floor.
let you blast it.
I'll tell you right now, if I roll through a train full of corpses, there's no way in hell my wife's letting me blast it.
Yeah. Just not really in the mood at that point.
Not
Right?
happening.
I have that's tiny wet wipes, or something to show
No.
in your gear bag. You're like, I'm gonna wet wipe
Hold
these
on.
corpses.
Hold on, let me put a glove on.
Blasted.
Hold on, let me use a corpse hand.
At least put down a towel or something.
Then I find out that Daniel tells me he's not even part of the video game.
Well, the part about they did change the part where it's like,
I'm a dad.
I'm a daddy. That's
I'm
not a
daddy.
thing.
Yeah.
Like, she gets mad as hell.
Yeah.
Like, you are now a liability. You are now dragging me down. Like, that is not, you changed the whole thing.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then
You changed the whole,
Interesting.
I'm a daddy. That's not a thing.
Wow.
It's not a thing.
Say it, right,
It wasn't a thing.
right after the corpse blasting.
Yeah. Another thing my wife would not let me
You'd
do.
be like, "Oh."
Even if my wife did let me blast, there's no way in hell I could turn to her and go like, I'm a daddy now. Like, no.
Now I'm a daddy.
yeah. It's, anyway, so I'm like, you jumped the shark a little bit last
Putting you
time.
off a
You
little bit.
blasted the shark.
Well, it's just like I want my end of the world zombie movies to be a little more realistic in the way the actors would
Blast.
actually
Yeah. More realistic blasting, please.
behave in this kind of
This
scenario.
CGI
Yeah.
blasting is just killing movies.
Yeah, I want practical blasting
Yeah.
only.
It brings
What happened
me
to your good stunt blasters?
and Chris, you
Used to
understand.
be, I have a career as a stunt blaster.
It takes you out a little bit, feeling the way they would feel in that scenario, which is what you want as a
if you don't
movie.
identify with, because then yeah, sure.
You're way too calm and way too confident, and you're like, we're gonna get them all, just for me and this other girl.
I feel like that kind of.
When I get done blasting here, I'm going to get them all.
When you describe it like that, it feels like that kind of character behavior may fit in a zombie land, aforementioned zombie land,
yeah.
right?
Can I make a counterpoint?
Yes,
Yeah, it's about tone.
Because
It's
now,
a tonal consistency.
Can I make
is
a
what you're missing
counterpoint?
here.
Maybe if I were allowed to blast more, I'd be more apt to take on the world.
Well, fair.
Fair? Is that a fair point?
Yeah.
Maybe the drought of blasting has gotten me into a point
You
where
gotta-
I'm weak. That's why I'm so weak.
You got a nice dopamine dump, and then
Yeah.
you're ready to go kill some
yeah.
clickers.
I mean,
yeah.
maybe that's all you need. A little blast and
Get some
let's
serotonin
go
going.
take on the army, right?
Yes.
I wouldn't know. I've never had it.
That's true. And until there is a zombie outbreak, and we get to blasting in some music stores, we won't know actually how we would.
The chat room
in this
100% says if there's anyone on the show that would be playing a drum set at the end of the world, it would be Tom Van. Christine said you would 100% because he's a decent drummer. Here's the thing you don't know.
Oh, drums!
He's actually not a bad
He's
drummer.
got some
Yeah,
rhythm.
he actually does. He can play drums.
That's funny.
He used to play drums better than a guy that was supposed to play drums for us.
I'd also be blasting way early. I'd be back at the fort.
Yeah. F the
Immediately.
drums. I'm blasting the whole time.
Yeah,
I
why
don't even need to
You're
play
going to
drums.
walk
Yeah,
500 miles just to do some blasting.
All right, let's get out of
All
here.
right. Chris, thank
Yeah.
you so much.
I take a plug?
Cinema Crespediso.
Yeah, a couple plugs. Patreon.com/Crespediso for my show. We're in the middle of Daniel May Lewis, talking about the films of Daniel Day-Lewis, Gangs of New York, There Will Be Blood, stuff like that.
Nice.
And then Who's the Baddie? Please check that out. Rate and review on Apple Podcasts. You can subscribe on Spotify. We have Jim Colbert coming up in a couple weeks. He brought No Country for Old Men with him, so here we go.
Oh my God!
Listen
Some country
for
for that old man. Yeah,
That's in a couple Wednesdays.
that's awesome.
I've
Did he
abandoned my boy.
Exactly.
That is
yeah.
such a good movie.
That's a
Oh
fun
my
one.
God, that's a good movie.
I'm like, I wish that was my dad. I'm the only one that thought that.
No one has ever said that.
This guy, he's a real man.
This guy's tough. He's tough. All right, guys, we will see you in a minute. Right?
Yeah.
Then we have two more.
Yeah.
Great job, Chris. Did you want me to put on some music or something? Are we done for right now?
Well, we're done for on Twitch. We're gonna transfer over to Facebook,
Yes.
to the BDM Facebook page.